Shalom Israel, shalom. This is your brother Malak. Hopefully everyone is doing wonderful today. Family, I want to do this quick video. Reason being, I had a gentleman a while back, and I never really just addressed this comment. I made a video talking about my garden, and the gentleman made a comment that, what good is it doing the garden? What good does it do? And I can't tell people, what to do. My thing is, if and again, I'm not saying that it was the comment was from a spirit of contention, but it may be just from a spirit of uncertainty. You know what I'm saying? But for me, there's a lot of people out there that are wondering what to do and confused, and I'm not saying that I have all the answers, but I hope that we don't allow the adversary to discourage us. You know what I'm saying? We have many examples in our records of the Most High protecting our people, but I think in many regards people think that you don't have to do nothing, and that can be further from the truth. The Most High, He gave us instructions in our records, and are we going to do anything about it, or are we going to just lay back and just make excuses? So anyway, family, let me read something right fast. This is called plow time in the garden. The best time is when the conditions allow the optimal addition of nutrients in the soil without losing the best topsoil to the wind or compaction. Some gardeners plow in the fall to till in manure, and they plow again lightly in the spring to loosen the soil just before planting, but the soil should not be overworked. And that's what's happening. A lot of the soil is overworked, and these people have put all kind of chemicals and things in the soil, and things are genetically modified, and in many cases the food that we eat has either lost its nutritional value or have none at all, especially looking at a lot of the fast food. Fast food have no nutritional value, so we're really in a famine, and a lot of people can't really see that. And again, I kind of understand that, because I kind of understand why people are in a state of uncertainty or questioning, because I had another person state that the seeds that we use are genetically modified, and so on and so forth. And in many cases, that's exactly true. But the reason why I know my seeds, not all my seeds, but most of my seeds are not genetically modified, is because, for number one, my plants produce year after year. Even a lot of my herbs, they produce every year. I don't even have to go and replant. They just come back over and over and over. That's number one. Number two, a lot of the fruit and vegetables are seeds from the previous year, and again, genetically modified seeds do not reproduce, but they only produce one time. So that's how I know. So, and I buy most of my seeds from a feed store, a local, a country nursery or something like that. I really don't buy too many seeds from like the local Walmart and stuff like that. I have, but again, a lot of those are genetically modified, and those that are not, you have to pay extra for them. Again, I'm not telling people what to do. You do what you want to do. This is what I do for me and my family, and hopefully I can expand on that by even doing it on my own land soon. So anyway, that's just my take on it. But I want to get a few scriptures. Let's go to Genesis. Let's go to the book of Genesis, chapter 2, and verse 5. Let me start off at verse 4. These are the generations of the heavens and the earth, when they were created, in the days that Yahsara'al made the earth and the heavens, and every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew. For Yahsara'al had not caused it to rain upon the earth and there was not a man to till the ground. And again, I think that's another thing. When we look at it right now, we were agricultural people, and again, our people keep on talking about they believe in Torah, they believe in the Bible, they believe in culture, like my brother Yemi says. Joseph says, agriculture. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not putting in agriculture into your culture, again, are you really following Torah? Because Torah deals with husbandry. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of time our people just are so one-dimensional. You will beat up on one subject all day, and we don't have any growth. Not that I know everything. You know what I'm saying? I just know the little that I know. And again, I'm trying to grow with those brothers and sisters that I fellowship with, and we teach each other and we learn from each other. You know what I'm saying? So again, like I said, it's a lot of uncertainty out there, with people, and again, a lot of confusion. People just uncertain of what's the next move. But we have Torah; it's right there. We have to go back to the beginning. That's why I'm in the book of Bereshit. We have to go back to the basics. We have to go back to the fundamentals, and a lot of people don't want to see that. They don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? And those that don't have any desire or any knowledge on getting into husbandry, I would say that you're gonna find a lot of people either starving or just in situations that are not gonna be favorable for them. And again, I know a lot of people don't have a backyard, but I would suggest that find some planters and maybe some buckets and do something on your on your porch or what have you, or in your kitchen. Put stuff in the window, and again, I've heard people say, "Well, I don't have a green thumb." There's no such thing as that. You have to give things attention, and that's one of the things that the Most High gave to man anyway, because the garden is like your wife. You know what I'm saying? And a man is going to protect the garden like he would protect the wife. You know what I'm saying? Or vice versa, protect the wife like he would protect the garden, because that's where you put your seed at. You put your seed in the earth, and then it yields fruit and vegetables. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with your wife. You put your seed in your wife, and she bear fruit. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, we're going to stay in Genesis, or Bereshit. Let's go to chapter 8. I'm going to read verse 22. While the earth remained, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease. Again, the Most High is showing us that dealing with these things, there's times for all this. There's time to plant, there's time to harvest, and he divided these things, you know what I'm saying? He separated them. And I think many times that our people don't really look at gardening as not only a way of life and living, but it connects us to show you how the Most High has a time for everything, you know what I'm saying? Especially even dealing with our culture, the high holy days was centered around harvesting and, in gathering and first fruit and stuff like that. Again, but we hear these terms, but we don't associate, a lot of people don't associate them with agriculture, your culture, you know what I'm saying? It just goes over our people's head. I'll tell you what, let's go to Jeremiah. Let's go to Jeremiah 5. Jeremiah 5 and 24. Neither say they in their heart, let us fear Yahweh, Elohim, that giveth both former and latter in its seasons. He reserveth unto us the appointed weeks of harvest. I'm gonna read this in another script. I want to read this because I want y'all to really understand what he's saying right here. Let's go to. When I saw it, it was beautiful. You know, when I really saw it. We're gonna go to the ESV Bible. Jeremiah 5:24. They do not say in their heart, "Let us fear Yahweh, our Elohim, who giveth the rain in its season, the autumn rain and the spring rain, and keep it for us the weeks of it appointed for harvest." So again, because again, like I said, you have first fruit and you have ingathering. These things are centered around agriculture, but they're centered around our high holy days. And a lot of times, our people celebrate the high holy days without understanding the understanding not only the importance but the connection between the high holy days, you know what I'm saying, and having your own garden, things of that nature. So like I said, I'm gonna read one more. Excuse me, that family. Like I said, I'm outside, so the flies are starting to come out. So let me spray something right fast to get rid of some of these insects. Okay. So let's go to the book of Exodus. Let's go to the book of Exodus, and I want to get Exodus 34 and verse 21. 6 days thou shalt work, but the seventh day thou shalt rest. In earing time and in harvest thou shalt rest. Verse 22. And thou shalt observe the feast of weeks of the first fruit of wheat, harvest, and the weeks of ingathering at the year's end. I just said that. So again, family, if we keep on talking about going back to culture, if you're not putting agriculture into Torah or into your life, or you actually walking out Torah, you know what I'm saying? Again, here it is. We again, I can give many examples. I just want to give a few to let our people know that see, we talk about depending on Yahweh, Yahweh, but if you're going to the local grocery store all the time, again, I'm not saying that I've never been there or I don't go there every so often, but we wanted to get to the point where we don't have to do that, where we can depend on the Most High giving us rain, you know what I'm saying, so we can have healthy gardens and stuff like that, and we can begin to eat healthier. We can be in tune with nature. We can be in tune with the Most High, in His feast days, His high holy days. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, family, I just want to share that with you guys. Hope this enlighten. Hopefully encourage, inspire somebody to do your own due diligence, study, show thyself approval, and get back to the Most High as close as possible, and what our ancestors did in the beginning. So again, with that being said, family, I'm gonna cut it there. And as usual, peace, love, shalom.